Barchi soon in the dungeon. Yay! We'll get him down one week and see what he has to say.
This is a Mill Road Studios production. White Magic Podcast with Mr. Sonny Lerm.
Yo!
Boom, 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 boom.
There it is.
Killed it. All right, we've heard it once already. That's the way the week's gone.
We'll leave it at that.
Mr. Sonny Lerm, how are you, bro?
I'm good. Better than you.
Friday afternoon.
From what I've heard, better than you.
Mate,
Right.
I've been punched in the eye. I've been spat on. The road caster wouldn't come online. So we third time lucky we've got it. But
We're here.
we're up and going.
Right. You want to elaborate on the hit in the eye?
I will shortly. I'll just go back to the introduction because I fucked that up.
All right, go for it.
I can't believe I wrecked that. This is another Milne Road Studios production
Another one.
with Mr. Sonny Lerm. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. That's better. All right, we're in the mood now, Mr. Sonny.
All right.
Mate, we're running leaner than an Ethiopian dog, aren't we?
Wow,
hey?
wow. That's nice.
Welcome to Friday at the Milne Road Studios.
First Friday we've done it together. We've always done the Sundays, but we did a Saturday, and now it's a Friday, so
All right.
we're switching it up.
And we got the burger rings, the super bag, and the Samboys.
Yeah, the originals. Oh, listen to that crunch. This is not an ad.
Well, it's Friday afternoon, mate, and the week was a challenge for me and yourself.
Yeah, it's been flat out.
I've been down the Glengarry Hilton area for the last 2 days and doing a big job down there, and that's been pretty detailed. That's been a pretty difficult task
Pretty rough.
on your own to try to achieve, but I didn't quite get it all done, fucker, but everything's in location, everything's in height. I've got the corner ones butted together. I've had to make a bracket up. I've got them in. They're nice and square within a couple of mil diagonally. The concrete was out. Not too bad, maybe 3-4 mil max in the corner.
Yep.
So we've just lifted one end up 3 or 4 mil and we've brought it up just slightly, and everything meets in the middle. There's a bit of steel in there too that's got a diagonal on it to brace the house from moving sideways if there's ever any movement, earthquake or whatever. Excuse me. Even that ran out as well. So that was running, and it was a pocket fixed panel.
Right.
People that don't know, pocket fixed panel it's not obviously seen from the outside. So when the doors open up, they all disappear into like a little cupboard, if you like.
Which is nice. That looks good.
Looks good. It's in the outdoor.
It's good when you open
area.
up the back and it just completely hides all the doors, so it just looks like a completely open wall.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Like the big boys, mate, in America there with their pocket.
That's it.
We've always got pocket doors everywhere.
We're catching up, aren't we?
So yeah,
Slowly.
It's good that it's in the design. You know, it's in. That's a bit of a punt.
I've only seen it once, so yeah.
Boom, boom. But that went pretty good. So the bulk of the hard work has been done in regards to getting everything to level, and the rest of it's now just to go around and just tidy up a few.
Well, you know what? You're still here. You're still standing. You cracked open a what are you having? What are you having? Actually,
I've got one of each. I've got Ballantines and lemonade.
Ballantine Scotch.
Yeah, I'll Paul and Sue put me onto the lemonade on the
Yeah.
Scotchies, and you gave me a Cooper's Brewery Australian lager, and man, on first taste, it's got that generic Cooper's taste to it, but it's nice and refreshing.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's a lager. It's not an ale. An ale's quite cloudy and thick, and it sort of gets to you a bit more than anything else. But a lager's nice and clear, nice and crisp, and I reckon that's pretty good. They've done well with that.
I reckon too. It markets pretty well. Looks good. The bottle looks good.
Yeah.
We'll certainly enjoy that one. I quite often come home and like to get a chaser with my Scotch.
So a beer's good.
So a lager and a Scotch.
Speaking of beer, I might quickly just
of course you can.
grab another
And you
one.
got your new stubby holder there
I do.
with the gold insignia.
No, you got the gold one. You've got the gold one, wherever that is.
That might still be in the Ford, I reckon.
Yeah. All right, I've got the mild ale, so I'm going clean.
All right,
going.
we've got a whole load
you
of colours here tonight,
and
haven't
I'm
we?
going to kick while I open, because that's the go now. Every time my wife listens and she goes, "I've heard a lot of cans getting open."
Hello,
there.
Lisa. How are you?
You better be kicking.
She'll be
So,
kicking.
That's proof, all right.
And you've got a new purchase of an esky there.
I did, and I'm pretty proud about this one. I'll go with my young lad to these Savers pretty much every Sunday. Right, so we go to Savers, and he calls that the red shed, and then we go, and then he wants to go to Bunnings when he calls that the big green shed. So he says, "Can we go to the red shed and then the big green shed?" And so, all right. So I went to Savers. I think it was last week.
Was that on Churchill Road?
Churchill Road, yes.
Nice shop.
Yep.
Good
So we go there. Excuse me, and we walk in there, and he always wants to go to the toy section. And I say, "All right, what we do every week is we look for a book. You pick a book out, and then I'll have a look at the VHS because I'm really into getting all that old sort of stuff. And after the VHS, we can go look at your toys. So that's what we do every Sunday. And then I come across this esky. It's an old willow, and it's got a sixer on it. It's
It's
a
in
red
good,
little thing.
good shape.
Real
isn't it?
good. Yeah. And I seen a couple of people looking at it, and I thought, I better grab this. I better not come back for it because it won't be there.
What was the purchase price on that?
I think it was about $5-6.
Is that all?
Nothing.
Jesus.
Nothing.
Two shirts, eh?
Yeah, nothing at all. So, she's a beauty. So I brought her today to show Ash, and fucking looks good, doesn't it?
Well, we're blood brothers now, mate. We got matching ones, which is real good.
That's it. Yeah, you showed me yours. I thought,
Yeah, no, they're handy. If you get 6 in there, you can generally get a couple of Cokes, on the way to work. And
well, we don't think much of these old eskies, right? But I put a bottle of water just to sit in there, and I think that was on Monday. And I'm not saying that, we did have cold weather and cold nights, but I took that bottle of water out today just after work so I can put the beers in there, and it was still cold. The bottle was still cold, and I thought, oh, wow, these do much better than the new ones.
it's better than sitting on your dashboard, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
And we're just munching away on these burger rings, man.
Burger rings are good.
They're so addictive, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, well, I come off a pretty shitty week because I don't know what I got because I don't go to the doctors ever at all, but I've been pretty crook, and everyone reckons influenza's going around.
Mandy said at the hospital there's heaps, so there's a lot out there.
So I reckon I had it, but I still pushed through. Got up, got ready for work, and just plod along. You seen me the other day, and you said, "Fucking go home, mate."
You're not right, buddy. You better go home. Where's the smile gone?
Yeah, I was pretty fucking flat, wasn't
That's
I?
the flattest I've ever seen you, I reckon.
Yeah, couldn't talk. Had to sit down. Rarely ever do I sit.
I told you the story, didn't I? I was up at Uradler or up the top there in the hills there a few years ago now, 5-6 years ago, and it was the middle of winter. It was 14 degrees, and I just felt shit. You know, it had beaten me. You know, and it was only 8:30, 9 o'clock, 10:30 in the morning, something like that. And the sun just broke out for a minute, and I just pulled out 2 lengths, the cardboard we use in between our glass and doors and all that. Pulled them out, laid them down on the bark in the sun, just on this construction site. And I just fucking laid back, nearly fell asleep. I was trying to suck whatever warmth out.
Yeah.
I was achy, I was just fucked up. I shouldn't have been there.
I think that's what I needed too, just to fucking lay down. And there was a bit of grass on the end there. I could have just laid there.
I just laid down
bask in
for
the
2
sun.
hours,
Yeah.
go and do another couple of door lifts.
Almost like sitting there, like laying there like a solar panel, just trying to get that sun energy, That's good.
You're pretty hard on the road, isn't it? Like, you haven't got all the creature comforts of, all right, we got our beautiful new Eskies, haven't we? That'll hold 6, that'll get us through a war
sixer,
just about.
yeah.
But it is at times pretty hard on the road. If you need a shit, you've got to,
No one wants to shit in the Portaloo, but if you have to, you go, right?
Well, you'll find one that's better, or
They're not the fanciest things, but they'll have to do if you're struggling.
There has been a bit of a insurgence of getting them more up to speed now.
Have you noticed that
Yes,
as well?
Sir. Yes, sir. There's toilet paper in there.
Yes.
And, the timbers and the bricks on the pan are starting to disappear. The floor's clean.
I found that as well. It's all clean.
Fuck me. If you don't get bitten by a huntsman or a redback or even a fucking snake coming out because the fuckers have shit on the lid that much that they're living in the shit, like, it's terrible.
But how hard is it to push your shit down? Like, there's a mountain of shit just on that seat, Push it down.
I've always said, haven't I? If you're going to
grab a stick,
eat something, you have a drink first.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, flush a bit of water on through the pan before you go and leave your load there, load 65. But for fuck's sake, like, if it's stuck there, clean the fucking thing off. It's Australia, mate. We drink beer. We need to shit. Like, come on.
That's it. A couple of times I've gone through, opened it up and thought, nah, I'm not even going to piss. Not even going to piss in this.
That deserves an applause.
But this mountain of shit that's in there, I thought this has to be a 2-person shit. Like, one person's come in, his shit has come up halfway, then the next person's seen it and thought, you know what, I'm going to shit over the top of that shit.
He might have had his Alsatian.
I'm going to do him one better, and I'm going to shit all over that.
I love it where you walk in and it says human feces only.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of putting an alien sticker on there, with a funny look on his face saying, why can't I shit here, I don't even know if they have arseholes, but...
Well, we don't know. What's that movie, scary movie, where the aliens, and then they piss out their fingers? He said, we pee like this. Oh, there's a scary movie. It's a comedy. You got to watch it. And the aliens come down. It's meant to be a funny version of... Remember the movie Signs? Was it Signs? Where they had the crop?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, so the scary movie franchise, they bring in a whole different range of different movies and they do a little parody. Yeah, take the piss out of them. And one of them was that. And the aliens, they would come up and they would strangle from the back, right? And then they thought it was an attack, but that's how they say hello, so it's quite funny anyway. And then they'll poke in their fingers in the humans' mouths, right? And then that was before they told them that we pee like this. So yeah, that was quite funny. But yeah, that was it's a rough week, yeah. And I mean, you just finished, you just stepped through the door not long before I came through.
I think it was 3:52, and I thought Sonny's going to be at 4:00. I haven't even got cold beer anywhere. Like, there were 2 left. And
I came here on the dot, pretty much.
And I thought, far out, I hope he's running late. And I've just walked out, and I was still in a fucking crazy mood because I was up on the stairs. I was saying to Sonny before, we use these concrete tilt-up plastics, and they're a hard polyurethane or a plastic. They're hard as hell. Or dense, let's call them dense. And if you don't open up your screw hole through them, if you push an 8-gauge screw through it, it wants to grab it, and these things spin around. And, of course, your drill's doing probably 3 rotations a second, so you can imagine these things. It's clipped the edge of it and flung it into my eye, and this is about 2:15, and I said, you fucking shit,
There would have been steam coming out of
fuck
those
this
ears.
job, you... Yeah, I was crying and carrying on like a little bitch. It was funny, really. It was funny, but...
yeah, and no one was there to watch it.
It was just one of those days that, they asked for a certain floor when we set our seals up. There's an edge rebate, so we've got these frames that sometimes about 185 mil wide, and they'll allocate for us a finished floor level. So let's say it's a tile floor, might be 15 mil, or a timber floor stuck or whatever. And anyway, he wanted 22 mil set up down on this job today. And of course, I set up 22 mil and I'm lining 2 frames up in the corner. And, I've got about 7 metres of frame by 24.15 or 24.20
Yeah,
on
it's
my
big
own.
frame.
And of course, the slab in the corner, one's 4 mil higher than the other one. I've set all the fucking things up, and then I've got to unpick everything, lift it up by 4 mil, which is a real pain in the ass.
So it's just been a real ordeal.
And then it rained, so all the shit on the ground was sort of like half pasty, and
we had a beautiful week as well.
such a sunny week, wasn't it?
Clear skies, sun was
Pardon my
out.
pun. It
Yeah,
was
haven't heard that one before.
yeah. Wednesday, Thursday was glorious, wasn't it? 22 or something.
Yeah.
Didn't
it
you?
was.
Didn't you feel good too?
Oh, and you know what? I decided to do. I usually take my van in to go get it serviced at the mechanics, and I thought, you know what? Fuck this bloke. He's costing me $400 or $500 to get it done. I'm going to do it myself. I usually do it myself.
What was it? What'd you have to
It
do?
was just a service, just a simple service. The
So you
oil,
drain the oil out?
drain the oil, and then the oil filter, and that's when I regretted the whole thing. And I started at about 5 o'clock, right? I drained the oil out, and this is the van. So the oil filter is actually in a spot where you can't reach it from lifting the seat up. You have to take it from the back, and there's a little cap there that you take off, and you got to spin it. Now this mechanic, I'm not going to name him, but he's fucking tightened this thing up, and I spent about 45 minutes trying to get this thing off. Couldn't get it off. Instant regret. I thought, fuck, why am I doing this myself?
20 Newton meters
It's
of
getting
torque.
dark. Mosquitoes are coming out.
Why do you do it so tight?
I don't know. You have to do it hand tight. That's the rule of thumb.
Which is about 4 Newton meters.
Yeah, hand tight, and that's about it. So I'm using this strap wrench, and I've crushed this thing, this oil filter, crushed it, and I was.
So you were fucked either way.
I was
Then you were
fucked, and
engaged. You had to get rid of it.
I had to get rid of it, and I needed it for tomorrow, the next day. I thought, oh, what am I going to do? So I have a mate that lives 5 minutes down the road. And I messaged him. I said, oh, and I took a picture of my oil filter, and I said, look what I've done. And he said, what the fuck did you do?
How did you get one that night?
I already had one,
Oh, okay. So what did you
but
do?
I had to get the old one out.
Pump a screwdriver through it in the end.
No, we didn't punch. I said to him, maybe I should puncture it, and he said, no, we don't puncture it. So he got the strap, and I was able to get a jimmy bar through the engine, just so I can lever it. As he twisted the strap, I was levering it as well, and we managed to get it off. Wow, fucking hell!
I think you owe that guy a punch in the nose.
I reckon.
Fucking Why do you do it up so tight?
Oh, I reckon he used one of those
Rattle gun.
Yeah, rattle guns to put it in, because you can get one that you can connect it to it. Yeah, and I reckon he did that because that seal was completely flat. There was nothing left. Oh, you grub. So that's my grub of the week.
I had a grub Saturday last week, didn't I?
Yeah.
So
All right, tell us about your grub.
this week,
Yeah,
um,
we come across a few. Oh, I got another grub. While you think of that, your grub, I've got another one. So I went to this is Mount Barker. I hope she's not listening. I don't think she's listening anyway.
I don't think she will.
No, but so this is the first job of the day, and usually the first job, if it's a fucking shit job, you just want to write that day off, right? So knocked on her door, and I was there to fix 2 windows. So knock on her door, she opens the door up, she says hi, and I said, I'm here to fix your window. She goes, okay. So she's opened the door, let me in. Then she stood by the door, and we stare at each other for like maybe 10 seconds. And I say, oh, well, what window? She goes, oh, down the end there. So I go down to her lounge room, because that's where she was pointing at. And then I'm standing there waiting for her to come back. So she come to me, and she said, and I said to her, oh, which window is it? She goes, oh, it's this one. And the blinds were already down. I said, well, look, I don't really like to play with blinds because if I break it, it's on me. So if you can open up the blinds, that'd be good. So she opened them up, and I said, "Oh, was there one or two?" And she goes, "What does your paperwork say?" Oh, yeah.
How about a nice big cup of shut the
And I
fuck up?
saw red, and I said to her, "It's just a question. Could have been this one, that one." So she pointed out the other one, right? And I said, "All right, no." I thought, I'll just do this, get this out the way, and go. So she had 2 dogs. She had one snag dog and one little Shih Tzu that was just yapping the whole time. So I go around the back, and I've come around the corner. There's shit all over the all over the spot where I'm working. I
Where
thought,
were you?
you
Hillcrest?
grub.
Where were you?
I was at Mount Barker.
Oh, you did say Mount
Yeah,
Barker.
so
Beg
you,
your pardon.
and that's my grub of the week. I got 2. You grub. You've left all. You knew I was coming that day, and you left all the shit on the
Yeah.
side. Yeah. So I quickly just, tiptoed my way around, fixed it up, and pissed off.
I don't like that either, mate. You know, if you know a good-looking tradie's coming along and you haven't picked up the dog shit, come on, it should be done every morning.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake, if the dog's living in a concrete jungle, pick the fucking shit
Yeah.
up. We don't want to smell it. We don't want to walk in it. I got some in my boot once at someone's house,
Yeah.
and it took me fucking half an hour to clean it out of my boot with their water out the front. I've lost that half an hour. I
Yeah.
don't get it.
You know what I was thinking?
And my fucking hands stink of dog shit.
Yeah, I was. And when you see dog shit, you automatically just smell it. So when you're in the car, you're like, "Fuck, I definitely stepped on dog shit for sure." Looked at my boot maybe 3-4 times that day, no dog shit, but I could smell it. And I thought, I'm gonna step on all this dog shit, and I'll walk through a fucking lounge room with it.
My grub of the week would be Lou Elizondo's book, one of the UFO guys. He was very high up in the US government,
Right.
and he was to release his book on August the 20th or something this year, which is only a week away. And some fucking smugs come through and
Yeah.
copied it and released it already, like it's already out there.
What's it worth?
I don't know what the book value is worth, even if it's worth $40 or whatever.
He still makes something out of it.
Yeah, but the fuckers that have already got these books without the
They've
sale,
already
'cause
got a copy.
he won't get anything
No.
near, the release day.
Yeah.
The release day is meant to be the hype, the book release.
Yeah. So who is this guy?
He was with the Pentagon, I reckon. Lou Elizondo. He's right up there at the top, and he's been off the airways just a little while now. While this book's been, because it's got to be all scrutineered.
Yeah.
You can't just write anything in there. It's got to be checked over and rah. But he got all that through, and the release date was, I think, August 20th or something like that.
Yep.
Some fuckers plagiarised it and already put
How
it
did they
out
get
there.
their hands on it?
Fuck. Once again, it's UFO. There's stigma there, isn't there? Who knows? Who knows what fucking goes on?
That's
Right. It's almost like a whistleblower that, if you got anything to say, people want to knock it down.
Yep,
People
yep.
want to make fun of it. People want to, they've plagiarised it. They've already used his stuff. It's his stuff. So that's my beast for the
You
week.
grub. Yep.
You grub. Fuck off. Seem to get a few of them, though, don't you?
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm knocking these burger rings
Well,
down. I
you're
need
doing
to have
pretty
a bit
good.
of a break.
Doing pretty good. Not a grub, but the Olympics. Did you see the latest on the socials?
No.
With the break dancing?
Oh,
You did. Yeah, so there was a break dance. Yeah, he's doing the little bunny hops. But yeah, there was a break dancer. And I think her name was Raygun, and she was representing Australia.
She did well for us, didn't
I'm
she?
not much of a dancer myself, but I'd say she was pretty much crawling around.
I was surprised she didn't get anything, because you know how they generally... I said to Mandy, there's a manoeuvre where they sort of twist their body up on the ground and they sort of escalate their groins, and they sort of give you a bit of a camel toe and an anus sort of look, with the pants. And they all do it. The blokes do it and the girls do it.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what that manoeuvre was, but after the snake, she did come up with this standard manoeuvre.
Right.
So I thought she might have got 5 points.
Yeah, she got zeros on
Zero.
all of it, didn't she? Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Go Aussie, go. We
But
see.
yeah, she didn't look like much of a break dancer as well. I mean, her outfit. I mean, come on, do better, Australia.
We did well with the gold medals and the silver
We
and
did,
the bronze.
yes, yep.
I think it's once again the best one we've ever done.
As we always do, right? And the swimming's always the one we look at with the, you know.
Even the track and field this year we did better.
Right,
I
yeah.
believe we. I know we got some bronzes and silvers, and I know there was. I think we got one gold, maybe.
Yep.
But we did get medals that we don't normally get.
Okay, well that's good.
So that was pretty cool.
So we're
I know the
creeping up.
discus, one of the
So we're creeping up on other sports rather than swimming. I mean the 100 meters. I mean
you can't.
the US and the Jamaicans. They're
You need Shervo to do that. You know,
need-
you got to be.
you need drugs.
You've got to have your tight
You need to
pants and
cheat.
your slonger
In order
on
for
and-
us to get something, we need to cheat. Right? So yeah, that's the Olympics. It's done now, isn't it? It's
All done.
the
Yeah, I
ending
think the
ceremony's done.
the handicap one starts in the 26th of August or something. 28th.
And what's coming up? We got the rugby championships coming up, and then after that we got the Bledisloe, the Aussies and the All Blacks, the Wallabies and the All Blacks. So I've got a mate Pat, and he's off him. He's off the Wallabies. He reckons, and I always say to him, have faith, mate. One day they'll take the Bledisloe.
I got a mate in Sydney, Matt, that he's an All Blacker. He is a Kiwi, and you know, you see him. He dresses his boys up in the little black, black tops, and you know that's what it's about.
That's lovely.
You know, we were lucky enough, as I said a couple of podcasts before, about going down there and having a look at it. That place packs above its weight for sure. It's a gorgeous place. You look at Mount Cook there, that's 3,000 feet or whatever it is. It's
What is it, Eden Park or something like that? That's where they were playing.
6,000 feet. Might even be higher, beg your pardon. But yeah, yes, it is. I believe it is.
Yeah, we did have a game here. I think it was last year's. It was the Wallabies and Argentina, I think it was, and it was at the Adelaide Oval, which I couldn't get to, but it would have been awesome to watch that. Definitely.
When you look at the American footy and then you look at the rugby,
Yeah.
it's a dead duck, isn't it?
You know, there's no paddings for us. There's no nothing. It's just straight man-to-man combat.
Isn't it funny when you look across the YouTube stuff and you know there's an American that talks about Aussies,
Yeah.
and that's just his channel is, you know, like letting all the linguistics and like the
So he's watching.
yeah, and he'll put something on the screen and he'll talk about it. Now it might be Bathurst or it might be a sport.
Yeah.
Aussie rules, you know, like they don't know what the fuck Aussie rules
That's
is.
right,
You know,
yeah.
what do these guys run with the ball and they sort of punch the ball or they.
Yeah, it's in between soccer and NFL, isn't it?
But you know, we do hold good credibility. We go to war, our soldiers get good credibility. Same with the Kiwis. You know, like it's the same brotherhood that we're smart. We're not dumb soldiers. We're very forthright in regards to the task.
Yeah.
You know, do the task, work out the best ways of doing it. Don't just Gallipoli,
Yeah. Yep.
you know, fuck
Yep.
that.
The boys get up out the trenches and just run, and that never worked.
No, that's
Didn't
right.
work
And
at
it
all.
was, you know, who knows who blew the whistle, mate, or whose direction it was, whether it was Australian or I've heard a couple of different ones.
I've heard something about them being deployed in the wrong spot. Did you hear something like that?
Landed in the wrong
Yeah,
spot.
they're meant to land somewhere else rather than the spot they were in, which was a much worse
I've got a
spot.
I've got a good mate, Willie Bastian. He's been over to Gallipoli and
Yeah.
a couple of times.
It would be nice to do the walk, wouldn't it?
Be lovely. Be
Yeah.
emotional. You know, I was surprised how close Lone Pine is.
Yeah.
You know, it was only just a walk away. You know, it was only just up
Wow.
up through the bushes there, and but you know, look at the Ukraine war at the minute with the drones. It's now drone warfare.
Drone. Yeah. What?
You know, it costs you
It's not a life on the
costs you
line now. It's just the
$2,000 to blow a
machinery.
drone up
Yeah.
rather than 200,000 for a Tomahawk missile or
Yeah.
800.
And the pilot is just sitting in the office, just
Sure.
yeah. I mean, there's no real risk to it anymore. isn't it?
That's
Fighting.
right. The pointless you jump over
Which is
and
good.
just get
Which is good because the death rate will be a lot less than what it was before. But a lot of soldiers, a lot of soldiers now they're fighting a war and wanting to come home, whereas other countries, I think they're more of a kamikaze type mentality, as in, I'm going to war and I'm not coming back. So they're willing to just do absolutely everything to kill off the other opponent. So,
And if you look at the First World War and the Second World War, especially the First World War, that they wanted to go. It was fun, it was to see the world. You had the 16-year-old boys and the 17-year-old boys telling them they're 18 and
way too young,
Egypt,
wasn't it?
and that's our culture now.
Yeah.
Tip our hats that
Absolutely.
we
a lot of
live
respect for him.
live the freedom we've got now.
That's why we're here. That's why we're here for
Doing
sure.
this stuff, talking about them. Shall they not grow old?
Yeah.
It's all that stuff. But the war's changing. The biggest one I keep hearing about is this electronic pulse,
Okay.
which will knock out aliens out of the sky. I was listening to
Aliens as well.
I was listening to a podcast during the week,
Watch out, aliens.
and one of the biggest atom bombs that they set off as a test exposed this UFO that they got flung out of it. In regards to when the first thing went boom, there was something got flung out and it was on there, and it's been released now that it was some sort of unidentified or UAP. Now, how much of the truth I don't know, but this pulse now they're saying the pulse in Christchurch, that the earthquake was caused by mankind. Now, if we're fucking around with that stuff now from the Antarctica.
Well, aren't we what's it called? Cloud seeding? Is that what we're doing?
I think cloud seeding's probably old now. Don't forget, the government's 20 years in front of us.
Yeah.
So whatever we
have
see,
to remember that they are that much in front in advance. Yeah.
There'd be that much shit we wouldn't know about.
That's true.
They could split the atom back in 1944. Now, think what they've got now with computers. Now, that's 70 years ago or whatever it is. That's a long time ago.
They're probably working with these aliens,
I believe so.
These creatures.
Where's the evidence? What about Bigfoot? Let's talk about Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. Okay. Where is he?
They knock on the
We've been searching.
Knock on the tree, don't they? But you never see them. You never see bones.
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
Or the Yeti.
Or the Yeti.
Would you class the Yeti as Bigfoot, but
Sure.
in the ice?
Yes.
Yeah, so they're the same
Yes.
creature,
Yeah.
but in different habitat. Yeah.
I just think that, once again, they say that it's a different part of your consciousness that you interact with them.
Right.
Same as UFO, that it's not on the level we are. It's either above or below or high or
Are we
low.
always looking at them as a negative though?
Don't know.
Like are we looking at so say we are out there searching for Bigfoot, are we looking at him as, all right, if we see him, he's gonna attack?
I just think.
What if he's just a regular bloke with a family and he's just looking at us going, what are these guys doing? Who are they looking for?
You get all these doctors and dentists that have to go away each year and shoot a fucking lion or something. And sit down alongside of it and say, oh, have a look at me. Well, the lion didn't have a gun either, did it?
No.
It wasn't a fair fight. You've got a fucking thing that's going to drop it straight away.
And you have to remember the lion, that's the apex predator. There is nothing that is going to kill that thing apart from us, right? So they can lounge around and do whatever they want in Africa without worrying about anyone coming up behind them, apart from another male lion that's wanting to take his pride. But other than that, imagine being like a great white shark. Imagine being a great white shark and a lion, just an apex predator, and you just cruising through life with no worries at all.
I think the only relevance we've got to a lion is once we come, we like to lay down and go to sleep. Is that right?
That's it. We come and go.
We do. We come. We do need a sleep afterwards.
Yeah. And a team that pulls together comes together.
That's right. How good's that? I don't know. I would like to take a chance against a bear or something of that size
bear.
up against
A grizzly
shark,
bear.
a
Yeah,
shark in the water.
Ooh.
I got two brothers that surf, and they've all seen them, and I've seen the behaviour of the human species
Yep.
when they do see. Let's talk about Stormer. Stormer's seen the great white in the boats, and
Yep.
you generally find that it's almost that the human goes crazy for a sec. All the senses are like bang, bang, bang. They're almost like childlike. That whoa, they're out of their body
Yeah,
because
yep.
this thing is so enormous.
Yep.
It's so
It's almost
predator.
prehistoric, like, it's almost like seeing a dinosaur. The same feeling that you have seeing wow, look at this thing. I've never seen this. I haven't seen a great white in person before.
I haven't seen one
But
either.
imagine if I did, it'd be the same as seeing a T-Rex
I think you need a bigger boat, Skip.
or an alien. It's something that's out of you don't see it often. Even a whale, really, as well. But these creatures, the apex creatures, they live for as long as they can.
Did you see that the orca now is attacking boats? That came up this week.
Really?
Yeah. So they're now attacking the boats, saying we don't want you here.
Right.
How cool's that? Because they generally say, with the great whites and that they're not actually trying to eat you as a human.
Yeah. Yep.
You don't look like a fucking seal. Okay, the wetsuits look similar.
The black wetsuits, yes.
But what they're saying, I believe, is, shoo, we don't want you fucking...
well, we're in their territory.
That's right. And you can't outrun that. You've seen how fucking mad those things are when they're crunching.
What would you do if some bloke came into your neighbourhood and came into your yard? You shoo him away.
You do exactly the same, wouldn't you?
Exactly. So that's
to
just
me,
what they're doing.
I used to say to the boys, my brothers that surf and all the surfing gang, that if I get eaten by a yeti, I'm unlucky. If you guys get eaten by a shark, it's likely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you go down to Wapinga or Parsons, if you get bitten down there, let's say you lose part of your leg below your knee, unless you've got a tourniquet, maybe your wetsuit's tight enough to fucking help stop the bleeding.
You got nothing.
How the fuck are you going to get up to the car
You're
park?
crawling.
So
you're
even
crawling
if you
with
get up
one
to the,
leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know there's been heroic stories of people over cactus and all that have put a tourniquet and they've dragged themselves 15 kilometres to the car or whatever and got back to the local hospital without dying.
Wow.
There are some stories, but I think the majority would bleed out.
Absolutely.
Because your adrenaline would be running like fuck.
Yeah, so you'd be able to crawl yourself all the way back, get in the car, get your belt, tie it around your thigh, stop most of the blood from going, and then driving yourself with one leg. If you had a manual, I wouldn't be driving a manual.
Might be a bit hard.
You might have to rethink when you purchase a new car, just in case you get bitten by a shark. But yeah, the adrenaline will kick in and it'll make you do things that you don't think the fight or flight,
Locke's been surfing. I think he went away with the Surfy Boys on the weekend.
Yep.
Just gone. And, I think they were over York somewhere.
Yeah.
Might have been down Marion Bay or somewhere. I didn't listen proper to where he was. Prior to Christmas, he did go over to Cactus.
The stamina you would have to be able to surf. I mean, we did it during school and far out. I'll tell you what, about 3 goes and I was stuffed.
When we were 21, we'd have 3 goes.
Yeah.
Now that you're 56, you've barely got 1.
Yeah. And Locke's he's a bit of a strong, fit bloke, isn't he?
He's a bull.
Yeah.
He's a bull. So he's still going. There's Gethin and Hilly. There's a few of them still going that have got all the way through.
Yep.
And, once again, like you look at the American, what was his name? Number 1, he's got 11 world champions. Kelly Slater.
Yeah.
You look at him. I think he's now 51.
I think he was in the Olympics, wasn't he? Or did he do a run?
He could have been.
I reckon he did a run. I seen it on something.
Could have been. Jakey Robinson came second.
Yeah.
He's from Margaret River in WA. If you can get a chance to go down there, that was one of my best ever holidays in the world. Was Margaret River down that way. down to Bustleton, and we hired a place down there. The roads are good. They're like Florida. They're all built up. And you got plenty of time to get off the road to another servo or whatever.
Yep.
And, yeah, the roadways were beautiful. Perth was beautiful.
Well, I haven't been anywhere at all for holidays, but we are going on a cruise.
All right.
Yeah.
In the South Pacific
next year, December. No, it's just around Australia, so we don't have to have a passport or anything like that. It might have been the carnival or something like that.
Yeah,
you know?
good on you.
But yeah, one of the things you can do is you can swim with the turtles, which will be fucking awesome, and you can do the swim in the Great Barrier Reef, which is one of my bucket lists. That's one for my bucket list because I love the water, I love the ocean, and seeing all the coral. And the corals they're starting to die off now. They're starting to bleach.
Yes.
So it'd be good to get there and have a look at it before it eventually goes away.
I think they're saying within
finds a new spot somewhere else.
20 years it'll be bleached out.
Yeah,
Which is a shame.
it is. Yeah,
And you've got to go a long way out now, I believe.
and the further you go, that's where the great whites live.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
So watch out. But no, it'll be a good trip. First holiday I think ever, because you're just working flat out.
When you doing that?
December next year.
All right.
So yeah, it's a good one. And
So you're in the tropical season. Normally
Yeah.
from October, November, you get the tropical season. So
yeah, so it'll be nice and sunny, nice and bright, nice and warm.
all right.
So it won't be too cold in the water. But we are in level 1 on the boat, and I didn't know where level 1 was, but it's on the bottom.
Yeah, down the bottom.
It is on the bottom.
So you haven't got a window.
No, I think we got a window. I think we do have a window, but we don't have a
You'll hear
balcony. Yeah. So I'm pretty good on the boat. So I'm thinking I'm hoping that everyone else is okay on the boat, so we don't have to struggle. But you can take some things that will make you feel a little bit better.
Sure can.
So
Yeah, Mandy's mum and dad, they've done 60 cruises, and
Wow.
they didn't start until they were, at a guess, 40 plus.
yeah, wow.
So they now get Jones passed now, but
Yep.
Bob still goes, and I think he's just booked a 6-month cruise.
6 months.
I think it's 6 months on his own,
Yeah, all right.
and that goes all the way, just about the whole way from
Yeah.
here. It leaves from here and it comes back to here. So it's incredible to see.
Yeah, I think there was I think it was on the news or something like that. There was a couple that lived on a cruise, so they just go cruise after cruise after cruise, and it was a lot cheaper than renting at home,
Yeah,
and you could travel.
and you don't have to worry about your meals. Like
No.
for the girls, it's fantastic. Unless you cook yourself every night of the week,
Yeah.
which I don't. But for the girls, they don't have to worry about fucking thinking about dinner. You
No.
know, half the battle each week daily is what you're gonna have for tea.
Yeah, trying to figure out what
Now
we
I
can make
married
for the family.
I married a shift worker, so it works out pretty good that quite often we'll just heat up a pre-packaged one.
Yep.
And then a couple of days we'll have pasta and whatever to give us a little bit back.
Yeah.
A bit of fish and a bit of veg, and I don't mind veg. A lot of broccoli
Yeah.
and carrots. And
Yeah,
love all that stuff.
Well, I've got-
Mashed potato with a bit of fried ham. Have you
Yeah.
done that?
No.
So you get 4 bits of ham. Get your old mate in the saucepan, the
Yep,
extra virgin olive oil. Overcook them slightly. Just get a little bit of burn on them, just a little bit. And then take them out early before the potatoes are done.
Yeah.
Dice them up really fine. Just dice them up. And then once you get your butter and your milk and and slosh it up so it's a nice consistency, cracked pepper, and then
Yeah.
chuck in your ham.
That sounds good.
And then you've got all this bit of pig in there
Yep.
that's sort of floating around in the potato. And you get all the crunchy bites in the potato.
Yeah.
And the kids used to fucking love it. I used to make up. And it's in the family. The family's always been good at mashed
Yeah.
potato and all that sort of gear.
I might have to give that a go. See
But
if the kids like it.
Just slightly overcook the ham.
So it's a little crunchy.
So it's a little gamey. And then dice it up. And you don't have to be too cute with it. You can leave a couple of bits of the 4 mil by 4 mil. Doesn't really matter. But dice it up
Yep.
so that it goes round better. And then once you've mixed your milk and your butter in, that's the last thing that goes
Yeah.
in with the cracked pepper, and then just
Lovely. I might just grab another beer.
Charlie's here. Charlie, come in. The cat.
Here, the little kitty cat.
Yeah, he just came in for the first time this week.
I've seen him out there.
He gets a bit scared when he comes through the fly screen and he doesn't know how to get back out of it.
Yeah. Good looking cat.
Yeah, a bit of a ginger ninja, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's suffering a little bit of dementia, like he likes to come in one door and I let him out the other one.
Yeah.
So the fucker seems to meow at me.
He's a bit old.
Yeah, 15.
15.
So
What's that in cat years? Same as dog years?
I think it is. Man,
Yeah.
he said the other day that he's an old man. He's 80.
Wow.
And I said
He's looking good for an 80.
he won't get past 80 if he's going to continue with this. But it does wear on you because, you know, when I get up in the morning, he wants to be fed. Now, if I don't feed him, he'll just sit there meowing at me. So
Yep.
9 times out of 10, I'll feed him.
Sort him out.
But if he's a fucker at the door and he rushes in and what he does is he comes in and he goes, I say, what'd you say? What'd you say, mate? And he goes, he's telling me to
He's
fuck
talking
off.
to you.
As he walks
Yeah.
past me, he says, oh, you fat fuck. You know, like, there he is. Look at him. Charlie, come in.
He knows you're talking about him.
But if he is smug, where he goes, we won't feed him straight away.
Yeah.
And then see, Mandy, you know, with all the pre-packaged meals where you got the plastic, we
The
feed
cat ones.
We feed the cat. No,
Yep.
for the
Oh,
humans.
yeah, right. Oh, wow.
We feed the cat.
He's getting the good stuff.
Oh no, but we use the clean plastic afterwards,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and she'll put the cat food straight into that dish, so that his whiskers. Look at him now, fucking ripping up the carpet.
Yeah.
Dog.
What a pain in the ass.
But I won't. I'll leave it in the pre-packaged little dish that it comes, and I'll just flick it up in the middle. And
Yeah.
I fucking work for your food, you know. I'm not going to fucking put it laying out for
He's
you.
had it too good.
And then as soon as he's finished, he wants to be let out.
Yeah.
And that really fucking shits me because, like, there's TV before work and, you know, there's lots to do before I
Yeah,
go to work
yeah.
these days.
No, tend to him first.
Work's not early anymore. Not
that's
that it
good.
ever was.
No.
I only get
well,
up early to go to the airport. mate.
Yeah, well, I used to get up early, but now I only get up early Mondays and Fridays, which is good because my Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays now consist of just taking the kids to school, which is awesome. It gives me enough time.
That's good enough.
Yeah, it gives me enough time to just play around with them in the morning and get them ready, have a feel for what it's like because I've never done it for the past, how long have I been working? 12, 14 years, you know, and I've always been the one that's working, so never got a chance to drop them off or pick them up, you know, so it's been beautiful, been lovely.
Good. No, I never did I did very little.
Yeah, that
There's-
was me.
Tell you a story. When the kids went to Kings over here at Winvale.
Yep.
And I had to pick Caitlin up or Reese up in the truck. And, you know, you get the pull-in parts, and, you
Yeah.
know, where you're not allowed to stop.
No,
Well, all the women know the rules, right? Because they're in there every day of the
yeah,
week.
you don't.
I'm in the truck, and there's a car stopped in front of me. So I'm stuck anyway. I'm in a 6-metre truck.
Yep.
And this fucking lady's beeping me like, and I thought, you fucking bitch. Who the fuck are you? She obviously knew it's a no stop
Yeah.
zone, but I'm fucked anyway.
Yeah,
I
you
can't
couldn't
move.
You couldn't move.
And I thought, do I put it in reverse and just drive over the fucking bitch? You know, I'm thinking,
Sometimes I feel that.
you know, don't fuck. And she's screaming at me out
Yeah.
of the window, move your truck. I think I can't move, you fucking idiot. I would if I could, you know. And I said to Mandy, I come back shaking, and I said, I'm not doing that anymore.
No.
I said, I couldn't go anywhere. She said, where were you? In a stop zone, a pickup zone. And I said, well, I was, because I didn't know where my kid
Yeah,
was. The
yeah.
kid was obviously somewhere looking for me.
And there's no car parks anywhere.
And I said, everyone was stopped. And she said, you're in a pickup zone. You can't do that. I said, oh, fuck me. You know, don't back this bitch, because I was going to run over her. You know,
Yeah,
I thought,
yeah.
fuck you. Don't fucking make my day nasty. But she did get the better of me. I thought, fuck.
You got you.
I really thought about just reversing
Yeah,
over a car.
yeah.
Would have been
That's-
good with
that's
the
mental.
with the
Yeah.
with the 4 wheels
First
going
first
over it.
day in,
Yeah,
picking,
yeah, yeah.
picking the
Yeah,
kids
yeah,
up,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
get into an accident.
And I was naive. I got
You're
shut
banned.
down by a femi there, and I thought, you fucking pig.
Yeah, and you can't park anywhere anyway, especially something that's 6 meters long. Sometimes I have the scaffold, the trailer. Can't park anywhere, so I'll have to park a few few kilometers away, and then walk, and then pick them up. But yeah, it's rough. It's rough out there. Everyone's always they're fighting for a car park.
Slow down.
Fighting
Everybody
for a
needs
car
to
park.
slow down, don't they?
Yeah, and they'll go real close if you get in a spot. That is literally they'll give you no room in the front and back, so you can't even leave, as well. So yeah, fighting these mums, they're rough.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
they know the rules. They know the rules.
There are a few people that get there at about 2:00, which is an hour and 10 minutes before pickup. Why? They're veterans there. Like, why are you there that early? Seriously.
They're probably drinking gin in the
Yeah,
car.
for sure. But yeah, but I continue to read my book.
The book on trees. Tell
The
us
book on
about
trees.
the book on trees.
So this chapter is called Friendship, right? So the trees. So we're talking about the oldest tree. What did I say? It was
900 years.
9,000
9,000
years old. So you see this tree upright, but the root system on this tree you don't see below. So yeah, if you look at a potato, right, and it's searching for water, right, so it sprouts up and it's going around. It's quite long, right. So imagine a 9,000-year-old tree. How far the roots spanned out, right? So this chapter is about friendship, right? So it says that a tree alone is less likely to survive than a tree in the forest together, right? And then this is the whole meaning of friendship. So a tree that's amongst other trees together, a rainforest, if there's a tree that's weak and is probably on the verge of dying, the other trees around it would then give it nutrients
Is that right?
to help it come good, right? So that then says, all right, the tree that's standing alone, if it's about to die, it's got nothing. It's got no friends, nothing like that. So it's got no friendship there. So this tree root system allows the trees to then help other trees. So it's helping their friends out. So I think we need to do that in the human world.
In society.
Right? Yeah, because the trees have been around for long enough to know that we need to help each other out to survive. So what we need to do as a society, the human race, when there's someone that's feeling weak and down, we need to come together and give him nutrients,
All right.
or her anyone nutrients to come back good. All right, that's the moral of it that I've read, which is fucking awesome.
How many pages did you get in?
Oh, that was about maybe. Oh, I didn't read much. It was about maybe 6, 7 pages.
That'd take me 3 months to get the 6 pages.
But I thought, you know what? I'll give myself a goal, and I'll read a chapter each time we come, and then I'll come see you, and I'll talk about that chapter to you.
We haven't discussed the tree, have we?
No.
As you know, we've cut
that tree down,
that
and a
beast down
tree, and even with a tree that's been cut down and it's just a stump, the other trees around it, surrounding it, will then give it nutrients to continue to survive as a stump. So other things can grow over the top and survive, like moss and any sort of plants or anything like that. So it's these trees, they know what's going on.
There's some agapanthus there alongside, but they got crushed by the falling tree as well, as you can see. But
Yeah.
Just to the right, but
and
they're
also
pretty
a
hardy.
fallen tree gives us firewood, so it warms warms us up. Yeah.
Goes back to where it starts. doesn't
Yeah.
it?
But in conclusion, we need to do what the trees do, and we need to bring each other up, and we need to look after each other when one's down. So
That's part of our mental health.
that's
is the
it.
trees,
that's
isn't it?
Yeah. They've been around long enough for them to know how to
9,000 years for
survive.
one tree's a fair turnaround, isn't it?
this big turnaround, massive. So yeah, that was that's my tree thing.
And what does the weekend bring you this week?
The weekend. All right. There's not really much going on this weekend. It's a nice, relaxed weekend. Probably mow the lawn if the weather's good. Pick up the dog poop on the lawn.
Make sure you pick that up every day.
And that's it.
I've got to umpire the 2:00 baseball
Awesome.
semi-final tomorrow.
Yeah.
Providing it doesn't rain. There is a bit of rain on the forecast. shirts printed this week as well. We're not far away
Yes,
from going
sir.
away.
Looks good.
So we got the Levita Tour 2024 stuff done and the nominal gear, the identity gear. So we're going to slowly push our way overseas. We're into Europe now.
Amazing.
So there's some
Unreal.
There's some in New York. There's some in England. So it'll be good.
No, it's definitely exciting to see it everywhere else in the world, for sure.
And the beauty is that it's just a slow burning fire too. You know, it doesn't owe any money. It can just quietly go there and just quietly get bigger and bigger and bigger. And
It's consistency. That's
you
all
know,
it is.
to release it where the Beatles are with
You'll have to
Justin
walk.
Hopper.
You'll have to walk through the walk. What is it? The
Yeah, through the
street.
walkway.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
the zebra crossing.
That's right. Yep.
So we'll have to have the shirts on. That'll be all right.
Lovely.
She loves me, yeah. So, yeah, that'll be good. The podcast is all booked in, so with Justin Hopper, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
That'll be excellent. So I'll sling him that shirt and he can hopefully do it with the podcast.
Yeah, I don't have
on.
any UFO or paranormal. This week's been quite busy, and as it was for you as well. But if anyone has anything that they'd like to share,
Haven't heard any more either back on the pilot.
yeah, but this is a Facebook. The Milne Road Studios on Facebook. If you like
I've
to,
tried him also through LinkedIn as well, but I haven't had a response through there either. So, but we'll keep
well,
trying.
it's still in the mix, so
Keep trying.
yeah,
get
things will
some
come
more
out.
there,
You know,
but-
a lot of people are a bit afraid to open up and bring something out just in case they get called crazy or something like that. So, but no, we're not here to judge. So, bring it out.
And Son Reese is back next Thursday
He is,
for
yeah.
4 days.
Maybe we can have him in a dungeon.
That'd
Maybe
be
I
all right.
maybe I get put in a dungeon if he's come around.
We might have the other boys there. We've got Rowie and his offshoots there that they did one of the podcasts for 3 hours.
Oh yes,
Way
yes.
back. So they
Yeah, get
rang
'em on.
today actually and said, "Hey, we're in the neighbourhood. We want a beer." I said, "I'm still working, buddy."
No,
So
that will be good.
So yeah, they'll be over next Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Lovely.
Sunday, I'm sure, and we might get a quick flicks out here. We got the showdown on Saturday night.
Got the showdown, the big one.
Who's going to win this one?
Oh,
They're so hard to pick the showdowns.
go
Aren't they?
the Crows!
Go,
Go the Crows!
go the Blackbird.
Yeah, shouldn't be saying that in this house. I mean, this is
Well, as long as
it's a
Lanny
port house,
doesn't
isn't it?
hear it, she
Yeah,
might
right.
attack you. But
Yeah.
no, I'm a Yankees. There's only one team.
yeah, one team, the Yankees.
There's only one team.
Yep,
mate.
there it is, the tattoo.
But yeah, no, I know the Crows have won the last 4. Do they win one more? Then it changes.
I reckon.
If the Crows beat them this week, it will fuck them up
Yeah,
because they'll go from 2nd to maybe 5th, and they've been playing good enough. But who knows?
yeah, it's the showdown. Who knows?
Who knows? They're
Yep.
always within like 3 or 4 points.
That's right.
You know, like it's like a grand final.
Yeah.
And it is a Port home game as well, so
Okay.
they have the advantage,
Yep,
I suppose, with the crowd. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Crows come out pretty hard as well, like they have done in the past. But you know, you won 4 back to back. You know it's going to fall at some stage. You know,
Yeah.
the further you go along, you know, and
when-
I think they're still even on 32.
When
or
you've got a
something like
few wins, there's always room for a loss. So
that. Cross-check doors. Yeah. I don't know how it's
no, it'd be good to watch.
and it
sure.
doesn't affect my life either way anyway.
No,
You know,
It's good. It's just good sport.
the Yankees are still off the beat a little bit as well, but they're around the mark. They're the top 4 at the moment, so they've probably got a good chance of going through this year. And you know, the American footy starts soon. You know, Scotty Miller's gonna not see his first fucking year. He loved the Dallas Cowboys,
Right.
in their white and their red and their
Yeah,
blue.
looks
and,
good.
He used to love that stuff. He used to love it. But
I watch a little bit of it, but not so much. You know, so I don't
we
know
went
too
out
much about it.
to New Jersey. We went out to the MetLife Stadium out there, and that holds 86,000 people. And we saw the New York Jets play the New York Buffaloes.
Yeah.
And we were right up the top in the bleachers, and it's all concrete. Don't forget, it looks like the round stadium in Perth. It's
Yeah.
pretty well a
Yep.
dead ringer of that. And because the game stops and starts so often, you know, 1 down or 3 down
Yeah.
with a 15 to go, you know.
And you're waiting.
And every time, like, there's a tackle, they jump up, and the concrete was going.
Ooh.
And I said to Manny, fuck, you got 80,000 or 40,000 people at once, you know, on one team
Yeah.
or the other. They get the tackle and then they go, yay. But it was good to see it. You know, there were, every car was a truck, every car was an F-250, big TV on the back. They had rotisseries and, you know, they'd throw that fucking.
What do they call that? Tailgate parties.
Yeah. And it looked like Armageddon. It was like off planet stuff.
Might have been better off being out in the car park than it was in the stadium.
Some people only go to the car park. Some people never even go in.
Oh, right.
You know, that's their joy on Saturday is just
yep.
do the car park party.
Unreal.
And then just sit around the stadium and just hear the cheers and, you know, whatever else goes with it. But I know Billy Joel's backup singer was singing the national anthem there. And two choppers come in. And I teared up. It was so emotional.
Yeah.
It was, you know, our patriotic.
It's something you've never seen before,
And they flew in and.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, mate.
Amazing.
You know, we have this in Australia. Of course we do, you know, with the national anthem and all that at the footy. As soon as September gets here, it's finals time. You know, you get it every week.
Yeah.
They get it every game. You know, they might only play 20 games in a season.
Even the college ones they're pretty big.
It's fucking huge.
Yeah.
But, you know, once again, they're all built up with fucking stuff. And, you know, you look at our rugby guys, the All Blacks and the Wallabies, you know.
Skin-to-skin combat.
And it's tough, isn't it? You know, all their ears are fucked, you know, all their noses
cauliflower ears. Yeah. No, it's definitely something. It's definitely a different breed than the Yanks.
Yeah, that's right. They are. And look, they've still got a lot of mental health issues over there with the American footy, haven't they? A lot of them.
They still get concussions.
A lot of them have got people talking in their ears that aren't there, and, you know, eventually, you know, they do something crazy.
Well, if you get hit in the head that many times, you start to go a little bit crazy, I suppose. That brain just gets pushed around in your head.
I think it's at times probably sloppy. It's been built up. And you look at a lot of the clubs now, you can't touch someone on the head without getting 2 or 3 weeks in the AFL.
Yep, that's right.
And it is a good thing, but sometimes, you know, it is Aussie rules. It is rugby.
Yeah.
This is the game. This is the attraction to it.
Right.
Yeah, sure, if you run through some prick and you take his head out, you rub him out. You know, we don't want that in the game. But for these minute seconds between that and you've just accidentally fucking just touched some dude's head.
You're going to tackle them, you're crouching down, and then they kneel down a little bit, and then you knock heads.
How many fuckers?
Head to shoulder, and
they know how to play it. They know how to put their head down.
It's risky. It's a risky move.
That's right. And they generally get the free every time. But to me, if you're doing it deliberately, it doesn't look good for the game.
Yeah.
And that shits me off. And, you know, if you lose the game by a fucking head-high tackle where some fucker dips his head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look, it is coming to fruition now, lately, that the games have, I mean, they've been taking some dives, like almost the soccer, you know, the soccer. Yeah, they take a bit of dives now, but before, it was rough. It was rough before. They didn't jump. They didn't do anything. It was just, they get tackled, that's it. But now they're getting touched a little bit, and then they all of a sudden fall on their backs. Whoa, ref, what's going on here? You know, so it is coming. It is starting to. They are starting to jump and dive now, but I think we still are all right in that field with the sport. We're still being quite fair, so it's not almost like the soccer, you know, which is quite bad.
Looking also at the Hornet Horizons there at the Tailem Bend stuff, you know, with the Ghost Tour. I think we might just wait till we get back.
Yeah, I reckon.
Let the temperatures build up and look for those cold patties and
that's it.
And see what happens. But I think we're just unfortunately we're going to run out of time now prior to going away.
Yeah.
We're down to 3 weeks on Monday, which is now next week will be 2 weeks plus days.
That's right. Yep. Now, once we line up everything, we'll get going and we might have a little video up.
But I think
What do you
there's
think?
yeah. I think we're not far off that. Manny did get me a new phone this week, so
Good.
we'll run through the pros and cons of that while we're away and see what we can come back with, and hopefully get on the videos
Lovely.
shortly and go from there.
Awesome.
But at this stage, I reckon we'll give it a wind up today. We'll talk your mental health as usual, and I'll talk about SOS safety signs and auto print again. For thanks, Clarence, for doing all the shirts this week. You've done all the United Kingdom and the Europe tour stuff. So grazie, thank you for that. And I gave him another couple of with the big Milne Road Studios on the back and on the front. So
they do look good.
You're sporting your new one as well. We'll get a photo at the end of it.
I've got that on. I'm wearing the colours today.
It's like a Superman badge.
Yeah,
it does
feels
look good.
Nice cotton as well. Beautiful material. Feels well. Long lasting, and it doesn't shrink.
The cotton is unbelievable.
That's the problem. With
Even
shirts.
Nikki Johnson said how good it is.
No, these are good. For sure.
AS Colour, well done. It's good quality gear, and once again, Big Jace, he's going to do some stickers to take away as well to the United Kingdom.
Yeah,
so
lovely.
We'll start to stick them over Europe wherever I can put them. And bar that, mental health. If you got some issues,
mental health. Yep, that's it. As always, look
talk
after
to your buddies, talk to your girlfriends.
Look after your mate, look after your loved ones, and make sure everyone's okay, and make sure yourself is okay as well. And seek anything if you're feeling a bit down.
Plenty of places out there you can call, and if not, call your buddy up.
Just a quick chat, that'll help.
This is good fun, isn't it?
Lovely.
Hey,
awesome.
All right, Sonny Loom.
Alrighty.
Well, thank you, mate, and we'll wind up this one. I think it's episode 4 now.
It's been lovely. Yeah, episode 4.
Sheeskus. Big shout out to Wally Sobel, mate, one of our lost sons. Love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy. Miss you.
We do miss you, and it's another year we go without you. So good on you, man. We'll get this going again in a week or 2.
That's it.
We might even have the Bush Ranger with us.
Oi.
How good would that be?
That would be good.
This has been a Milne Road Studios production. See you, Sonny.
Ciao.